no matter what. This is happening no matter what. So no matter what's happening out here, this is happening. My new focus, my end, the wish fulfilled. Do you guys get this? Alright guys, I have a suggestion for a Loz lesson all about turning your attention away from the fucked up 3D reality that you're seeing right now with your specific person or with money or with anything else, and how you turn your attention away to create a new reality, because your reality out here is reflected from you. And if you keep reflecting the old story out and keep being affected by the new reality or the current reality, then you'll keep that current reality. And those of you who don't understand this constantly ask questions about your current reality, constantly tell me about your circumstances, and you really aren't understanding what turning your attention away means. Now, I highly suggest that you go and watch my past video that I just did called The 3D is Dead. I'll put that here. And also the one that says your specific person, something about the new version of them. I can't remember what it is. Your specific person is dead to you, or kill your old version of your specific person. Those two videos, okay? And I'll put them on YouTube when this goes on YouTube. So this is the question. Real life examples of turning your attention away from the 3D reality, e.g. money situations, paying for bills when there may not be any money, or unfavorable 3D with your specific person. So this person wants examples of how to actually do it. Now, so many of you need success stories to prove that this works, or examples from me or from others to show how to do things. Now, if you want deep diving into every example you could possibly think of and other success stories other than the ones I tell you on these lives, I highly suggest you come and join my Subconscious Loz Squad, which is my private monthly coaching group, where the majority of people have a clue what they're doing because they've been in there long enough and listened to me long enough and done enough of my courses to understand what to do. And they've been live with me every week on a Wednesday getting answers, live on a Monday with the mentors getting answers. So they know how to answer your questions if you have a question in the Q&A forum or on a live. Now, come and join that now, where you get a year-long course, you get to be part of my podcast, you get the coaching library videos, all the things are in the squad. Or you can join my free group where you can also ask questions, but there's some clueless people in there, okay? The clued up people are in the squad mostly. Now, if I were to give you examples of turning away, let me just tell you why you need to turn away first, because so many of you don't understand that. When you guys focus on your 3D reality, you're not understanding that it was once created by you and it's still being created by you. So it is the culmination of old thinking you used to have, which you're still actually thinking, the result of that, and it's your current thoughts, your current state of being, your current I amness of self. And so many of you think, oh, no, I am thinking the new thing, but you're not understanding what you're subconsciously still thinking. That's why I'm called Subconscious Laws. That's why my two major courses, Worthy as Fuck for Love and Kick-Ass You, have assessments to assess what you're actually thinking. Because so many of you don't know what you're actually thinking. You think you know what you're thinking, but you don't realize what you're thinking. And that's what's creating out here. So there is no point paying attention to what is happening out here, because it is a reflection of your current state. So the only way to change it is to no longer pay attention to it and think differently about it, so it's created anew. That's what resurrection is in the Bible, okay? He dies to his old self, his old state, and arises again. This is what you constantly need to do daily. You need to die daily to your sins, okay? Repent daily. Repent and rise again. That's what this means, okay? So all these references in the Bible to death and resurrection and repenting and sinning is all about you've missed the mark, that's what sinning is, and you've not created the reality you want. You've created a reality out here that's put you on the cross, and you have to die to it. Die to the old you that created it. And it's you that created it. So when you guys constantly talk about what they're doing, what your specific person's doing, what your boss is doing, what the bank's done, what your friends did, what your whatever, then you're constantly referring to this thing out here that was created by you and your current state of being and your past state of being. And unfortunately, you're still being it, so it can only be that way until you change. So the only way to do it, if it's bothering you, the 3D, is to turn your attention away from it. Now, I'm not saying ignore it. I mean, ignore it if you absolutely can, but most of you fucking can't. Most of you have a very hard time ignoring the fact that you're in no contact, or ignoring the fact that there's third party, or ignoring the fact you've got no money in the bank. You find that very difficult. Okay? So turning your attention away means just not focusing on it. Right? You take your focus off it and you focus elsewhere. So if I've got something in front of me here and something over here, and I take my attention off this and now I focus on this, it's still here, but I'm focusing on this more. This as the main focus. And so many of you think you need to make this go away. Well, it's right there in front of you. It's going to be very, very difficult not to focus on it. So say, for example, you don't have any money in the bank, but you've got a lot of bills right now. You focus on the idea that your bills are paid. And you see your bills paid. You don't keep going back to your bank account and looking at your empty bank account, do you? Because then how are you going to make this reality come about if you're constantly reminding yourself and focusing on the empty bank account? Make sense? If you are not in contact with your specific person and you keep looking at your phone, searching for texts, looking at their socials, stalking them, driving past their house, asking questions about how they are of other people who speak to them, constantly reminding yourself and reinfecting your brain with the story that they're not talking to you, so you must find out about them via other means, or check that they're not talking to others, or be paranoid every time your phone rings, then you're not in this reality over here where they're contacting you and they're with you and you're in a beautiful, happy relationship. You can't keep reminding yourself and infecting yourself with this focus. So you take your focus away, and every single time you're wanting to go and check your phone, you don't look. And every single time you want to go and look at the socials and see if they're with someone else, you don't look. And every time you think of the third party, you banish her out of your mind and see only you and your specific person together. Because going right to the end of being together would assume you've got the contact because you're together. Why would you be in no contact if you were together? Go right to the end. Some of you only focus on the contact and then all you get is a text and you wonder why you never got back together. You didn't go to the end. I did something recently where I wanted something manifested. It manifested perfectly. Everything I scripted, words came out of people's mouths, everything, but I didn't go completely to the whole end. So I've created half of it perfectly because I scripted a lot about that and thought a lot about that and focused a lot about that, but I didn't focus a lot on the very, 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 very end. So what would I do instead? I would now focus on the very end, the absolute end that I want, and not pay attention to what's happening out here, and only focus on the end that I have in mind. Script about that end. Think about that end. Tell stories in my mind about that end. Banish any stories that are happening out here as untrue, that don't relate to this end, or say that they're leading to this end, that they're a bridge of incidents leading to this end. So it doesn't matter what's happening out here now because I have this end. Do you understand? And I would talk about it in the first person as if I already have it. It's mine now. Or if you can't do that, it's coming, or it will be like this, or it's going to be like this. Whatever helps you. It doesn't really matter. It's semantics, guys. And if your brain can't do I have it, then say it's coming if you really need to. Okay? It'd be better if you said it's done, you have it, you've received it. But if you can't do that, do the half-assed it's coming version. Okay? So many of you can't say, I am that now. And that's why you're kind of fucking things up. I am chosen now. I am with them now. This is resolved now. Everything worked out now. Some of you have real trouble with that. So if you have real trouble with that, work on that and understand your God and you decide. But if you can't say those things, then say, it's happening. It's coming. It's leading to this. Whatever would help you. Okay? So those of you who are very lost about this, one of the biggest things that I keep reminding you and you keep forgetting is that every single time you ask me a question or ask in the squad or in my free group or on a live, you are reinfecting yourself with the circumstances you're asking about. So that isn't turning away, is it? That is paying attention to, isn't it? It is putting focus on, isn't it? Which is the opposite of what I just taught you in this lesson. So if you are constantly paying attention to the 3D and constantly paying attention to the unfavorable circumstances, you are reinfecting yourself with those circumstances and you are keeping those circumstances in your 3D reality in place. And until such time as you turn your attention away from them and do not focus on them, they will stay there like a third party, like no contact, like them not prioritizing you, like having no money, etc., etc., etc. So what are you going to do instead? You're not going to focus on it. You're not going to pay attention to it. You're going to turn your attention away. You're going to stop talking about it, stop asking about it, stop ruminating about it. Every single time your mind brings it up, you cancel it out and think something new. You script about it, you visualize about it, whatever it is that would help you, whatever technique, I don't care what the fuck it is, I don't care if you go and stand on your head and do yoga. It doesn't matter what the technique is. It's whatever helps you guys. That's why I do not give definitive techniques to people. I give you workbooks and I give you tasks, but each task works differently for each person depending on what they're thinking and the state they're currently in. I can't possibly know what your fucking state is. One of the things I'm saying at the moment to myself is no matter what, and someone's just written here, no matter what is happening in the 3D, I am married with our baby. Yes, no matter what. This is happening no matter what. So no matter what's happening out here, this is happening. My new focus, my end, the wish fulfilled. Do you guys get this? Who is lost? Who is getting it and who is lost? Why are you asking me about semantics? So do I say I'm the wife and he's my husband? Who cares if you say he's the husband, you're the wife, you're married? They're just words, darling. What image is it conjuring in your mind? What state is it putting you in? So many of you get so fucking specific about fucking words that you're saying or which specific affirmation to say. I literally couldn't give two fucking shits what word you use. What state is it putting you in? I can't tell you what fucking word to use, guys. Like so many of you are so constantly cling on to the words and the affirmations. You could say Beetlejuice for all I fucking care. What is it making you believe in your mind? What is it making you think? What state is it putting you in? What I am are you being when you're thinking it? So many of you have been so fucked up by dumb fucking creators who have taught you that this magic bean affirmation is the affirmation or this one technique is the technique. You guys are fucking getting roasted by these morons and they're laughing at you. And every single time they put one of these clickbait titles on YouTube, you fucking fall for it. And I see it every time. They all fucking know what they're doing and you fuckers fall for it every fucking time. And they are fucking laughing all the way to the bank because you've fallen for the latest technique and the number one affirmation and the one thing to do and the this and the that. You even fall for it if I do a clickbait title on my videos. Except when you watch me, you realize I'm not giving you clickbait. Some of you get annoyed that I talk about the squad or talk about my courses. Hello, I've got a fucking business. I need to pay my staff. I'm sorry that I can't do this completely for free for you and you all get triggered that, I don't know, this is my whole fucking business. Get over it. We're all running a business. But ask yourself, whose business do you trust? Which creator do you trust that isn't trying to fucking rip you off? So many of you don't ask that. This person got success with such and such. Yeah, everyone gets success if they fucking work at it and do this properly with whoever. What the hell? It's not the coach doing it. It's you doing it. We're not your saviors, guys. Stop idolizing coaches. Jeez. Next, they're going to say, stand on your head and spin. Guys, look. People say all kinds of fucking shit. It's as dumb as falling for love spells or blowing cinnamon around your room to be abundant. It's so fucking dumb. Or saving a special sound on TikTok and using it in your drafts or whatever this fucking crap is. Why does he never want a relationship and never respect me? Because you've got an assumption he doesn't want a relationship and an assumption you won't be respected because of your story of yourself. When I fucking talk, listen to me and listen harder. He's reflecting you. Go back and watch this on YouTube when it's on YouTube and really listen to what I said about they are only reflecting the story you hold about yourself, darling. So he can't be any different because that's the fucking story you hold about yourself. If any of you actually have a story that you're disrespected by a specific person, I feel so sorry for you that your self-worth, your self-concept is so fucking in the toilet that you would even say that about someone. I've never in my whole life said someone's disrespected me because I would never assume disrespect. I have never once accused someone of using me because I would never assume someone would use me. If you think those things, you are those things. You are creating those things. They are your self-concept. And your specific person and anyone else in your reality can only treat you that way. Guys, just go apply. It's too easy. Change you and he'll change like that. Exactly, darling. All right. If those of you that don't get that are still lost, please go and watch those 2 videos, my last 2 YouTubes that I told you about at the beginning of this video. Watch this back on YouTube, really listen to what I'm saying. And if you really need help, come and join the Subconscious Laws Squad, my private monthly Facebook group, where we have my 1-year course, New Me, New Them. We currently have our podcast being recorded with squaddies. So if you're a squaddie, you might be able to participate if you put your name down, and you can watch episode 2 next week. My next episode that I just recorded yesterday, it will be coming out next week only in the squad. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure to follow me and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.